Jerry Mace, the Kickin lawyer. Again, on DUIs, what makes a DUI case weak from my perspective as a Tennessee defense lawyer? Well, obviously, it helps a lot if the client is not drinking and driving or doing drugs and driving. That helps. However, as you guys have probably heard me say, I have dealt with many cases where that was the case and law enforcement still arrested the client for a DUI. In my opinion, what makes it easier to defend, I guess I would say, is when you give less evidence of impairment to law enforcement. So I look at it like a cop does. There are three phases of a traffic stop. The first is vehicle in motion. Well, how are you driving? If the cop stops you for excessive speeding, that's great. You're driving 120 miles an hour in a straight line, that's clearly not a sign of impairment. They may not have even seen you drive, and even better. So the first phase, if I don't have evidence of impairment, great. Second phase, officer contact. And this is where they often get a lot of information that I wish the client hadn't solicited. And that's what the officer sees, hears, smells, etc. They're going to say you had bloodshot, watery eyes, slurred speech, and they detected an odor of an intoxicant. They're going to say that no matter what, right? Well, I care what it actually shows because there's usually a video. Do you look like you have bloodshot, watery eyes? Is your speech actually slurred? What do you say? When he asks if you had anything to drink, do you admit it? Now, never lie to law enforcement. Just don't answer the questions. That helps me defend you if you're not answering these questions. I'll give you an example. Let's say you had something to drink 8 hours ago. So you go, well, yeah, I had something to drink. Well, that's it. He's not going to maybe press to figure out the time frame of when you had something to drink and that you quit drinking literally 8 hours ago. It's just going to be, oh, or you're intoxicated because you admitted that you had something to drink. And then the last phase is called pre-arrest screening, and that's if you do field sobriety tests or give a blood or breath sample, and my advice is never do either one of those, okay? So if you don't give any of those extra components there on this stop and the cop decides to go ahead and arrest you anyway, I have a much better chance of defending you if there's less evidence of impairment on the case.